Yeah, hello and good morning, guys. Again, we are here to conduct our another day of 21 days debate challenge. So, as I am the host for today's debate, so I already decided one big topic for you. So, the topic is, as I said, very big, or you can say this is totally economical topic. So, without taking any time, I'll tell you the what is the topic. So, as we all are aware that our country is a developing country. We are not yet developed nation. So obviously we are not in the list of developed country. But we talk about like the current scenario, current situation, and current governance. So it seems like India would become a developed country soon, or as the government takes the initiative to make our country developed country, or so, and also they give the guarantee that next 10 years, India would become the one of top three economic, one of the top three economic, uh, one of the top three large economy. So I hope you are uh, got to know what is the topic, or there are two teams which I divided. One team one is favor of this thing, like India will become the biggest top three country, or one team is opposite, oppose that no, uh, only within 10 years India can't be the biggest economy, world, I mean world, one of them world three biggest economy. So I hope you got it. Yeah, you have some times to think on your points, and then I'll declare the team names or team also.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I hope you
Start
guys
with
are prepared your points. So the team is in one team, Supriya, Karan, sorry, Supriya, Amit, and Maheen. Supriya, Amit, and Maheen are in same team, and Karan and Nikta in same team. So, and the team name is Supriya, Maheen, and Amit's team name is Iron Man, and Karan and Nikta are in Captain America's team. So, Captain America and Iron Man, these are the team names, and Captain America's captain is Karan, and Iron Man's captain is Amit. So, yeah, we are about to go our civil war. Yeah, guys. So, first of all, I would like to invite the team captains from both the teams. Yeah. Yeah. Start with you, Amit. Start with your opening remarks.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for inviting me first. So first point I would like to give straight to the table is that as our host already told that India is a developing country and it is the fastest developing country as the economy is concerned. So I guess that on next 10 days 10 years we will be witnessing very major changes in play when as far as economy is concerned, because day by day we can see the changes, we can see the development all around the world and in every field, whether it is healthcare or startups or businesses or other companies investing in India. So looking on those general things, we can say that India is already growing on that field, and on the next 10 days or 10 years, we will be touching those, we will be meeting those countries which are still at the top. So my first pointer is that these startups, as long as we can see the businesses growing at a very faster rate, at a very faster rate, and people are more going for the businesses rather than the employment, because they also know that businesses are the one who holds or who actually contributes to the country's worth than the employment. So day by day we can see more entrepreneurs are growing on a very fast rate. So startups and businesses are the very good uh, aspect which can contribute to India's economy. And on the next 10 years we will be watching India at a very top level. So this was my first pointer.
Yeah, thank you, Amit. Now it's time to Captain America's team. So yeah, I would like to invite the captain of Captain America, Karan, make counter of a miss point.
Okay, so as my opponent said, like India is a developing country, and in next 10 years it will become a developed country. So I think it is not possible because there are many facts and reasons because of which it is not possible in 10 years. India will become a developed country, but not in 10 years. That's my statement. And why? I will give you a genuine facts about it. Because first of all, Amit talk about the employment and the startups, but the main thing in India is currently India is the most populated country in the world. Okay, before it was China, but now it is India, and because of that, the unemployment rate is going higher and higher because we have less opportunities, but we have more and more people, and Indian youth is struggling to find such jobs, and because of this particular thing, it is not possible in 10 years because there are many people in India who are not employed, and if all the people are not employed and many of the people are below poverty line, it is not possible. A developed country is a country who in which every person, mostly of the average person, are below poverty line and above it. So it is not possible according to me in 10 years. So that's my statement and the counterpointer for my opponent.
Yeah, that was a great pointer and counter as well. So now it's time for from Team Iron Man, Supriya, make your new pointer.
Okay, thank you, host. So, my new pointer is this, that India will definitely become a developed country in next 10 years because of certain reasons are already in existence, which are already taken by the our present government. They have now initiated as business more than a person being employed, and let me tell you, business grows more faster than a person who is normally doing a job. So that is the one thing. And when a businessman is starting a business, he is not only starting a business for himself, but he is also giving employment to many more. So that's why it is definitely going to be a developed country. Because, and moreover, second thing is this, that our agriculture in India, India 75% depends on agriculture sectors, right? And now the government has done such circumstances, has, I mean, initiated some points, like now a agriculture person or a farmer can also build a business by his own self, so that he can not only grow his business through farming, through growing crops and all, but he can also export those crops to the outer countries. These things are also in the existence. So these things, when they are already in existence, then definitely in upcoming 10 years India will be a developed country. So that's my new pointer to you. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a great pointer. So now I would like to invite Nikita from Team Captain America make the counter of Supriya's pointer.
First of all, thank you so much, host. So I would like to counter Supriya's point, as she mentioned that there is a right government in our country. There is a right government in our country, but the economy of a country doesn't only relies on a governance. It also relies on the mindset. We don't have that required mindset. For example, if we lose a simple cricket match with Pakistan, we feel ashamed of it, but we don't feel ashamed, or we don't have any remorse when an innocent girl is raped or assaulted in public. We are not we, despite of all the wrongdoings, we are just keeping quiet, and moreover we are unhumans in certain occasions also. And as my teammate Karan also mentioned about the problem of overpopulation, that it can also somewhere contribute in the economical drawbacks of our country. And if we talk about the cleanliness and sanitation factor, then India is not even aware of the cleanliness factors. Like, still people are not following the rules regarding that. We can see the roads all messy and disorganized, and we people just throw all their house waste and their kitchen waste wherever they want, irrespective of the fact that they have to follow certain rules and regulations, and they have to adhere to it and abide whichever been imposed by the government in that particular country. And one more factor that I want to give is that uh, there are several crucial factors besides of overpopulation and cleanliness also. Because if we talk about education sector, then India has a rote learning concept of education system. Still, there is no practical application. There is no out of box creative thinking, and these are all rote learning concept is subjected in most of the schools in India. So I would like to end up my counter with the statements. Thank you.
Yeah, Anita, but you took much more than the given time. Yeah. So now I would like to invite Mahin. It's only Mahin left to make their pointer. So Mahin, make your pointer, or if you want to counter opponent team's point, so counter as well.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say about Nikita said like education. There are also some low education in India, but government has make new plan to make our education higher and higher. There are lots of schools and schools available. Government to make it freely to make India more and more developed. And this is what I want to say about Nikita's point, and I want to add the point that technology India getting a new technology day by day, and this can help us and India to develop more and more. So this is what I want to say about technology. India what getting and India on the way to use technology more and more. So this is my pointer and counter.
Yeah, that was a great pointer and counter as well. Now I would like to invite Karan. Karan, make your new pointer.
Okay, so I just want to make new pointer from by giving the counter only. Okay, so it is like I am giving counter, but it is a new pointer for you all. So basically, I want to counter Supriya's statement. Like Supriya said, ki, India is mostly a agricultural state, and we are depend on agriculture. And now our government is focusing on agriculture by adding some new technologies. But I want to state her the facts about the facts. So basically, India is facing many challenges in agriculture sector, because you can see there are many articles that farmers are suiciding and all the things because of many factors, because there is many population. Okay, and because of the climatic change of India region. Okay, because there are climatic changes, our climate is not stable, and because of that there are many like what we can say, like the farms will become bad for the agriculture and all the stuffs. And this is a very main reason why agriculture is not up to date. Like they don't have main facilities which other countries have. If you go to China and other countries, you can see their farming are really developed. It is really developed. They have new tools and all the things. But if you go in your farms or in India's farms, there are only 2 or 1% farms which is that have that much technology. Not every farm and not every farmer had that much technology. And that's why I think it is totally a wrong statement by Supriya that because of agriculture we're gonna develop too much. And because I want to state one more fact, like most of the countries which are developed already, okay, they are not depending on farming. They are depending on generating new, like they are mainly depending on secondary sector, not primary sector. If you give like if you take example of US and China. Okay.
Yeah, so Karan, first of all, you exceed your time limit, and second, you made a counter. This is a counter much more than a pointer. Okay, so now I would like to invite second, like Iron Man team leader. So counter Karan's point.
Yeah, thank you, host. So I would like to counter with these pointers that as Karan said in his previous statement, India is populated country, and because of this population, India has that man source. We has manpower, and since we have manpower, we can compete with any other countries with this power. And since my as my teammate said that we are growing on the agricultural field, and it's not about agriculture. If we can see, there are many fields where we are competing with the top countries, whether it is agriculture or any other field. And because of our manpower, we are currently a big market for other countries as well. If we take import export businesses or other raw materials, we are a bigger market, and actually other countries are interested, very much interested in investing our country, whether it is agriculture or other fields. So we are a bigger market, and consisting and taking the fact that we have manpower, so we are not exporting the materials, raw materials, we are exporting the mans as well. Like we can, our people can go out there and they can contribute to other countries, and by this we are actually having that positive and beautiful connection with other countries. So we are gaining respect, we are gaining trust, and we are exporting our own resources to other countries. So this is making us making a positive image of our country, and it is, I guess, the growing phase of country. Yeah.
So yeah, thank you, Amish. So that was a great counter and as well pointer also. So as you said that yeah, India is a biggest market for all over the world. So that was a great thing. Now I would like to invite Nikta from team Captain America.
Okay, thank you, host. As my opponent team member said that we are in a growing phase because of our manpower and our agriculture sector. But our manpower, if we compare it to other countries, then it is pretty much less as we compare it to America and other developed countries like Japan, because there the manpower or the labor work is considered much higher, is given more priority and given more advantage, and they are also paid more for those kind of sectors. And regarding the agriculture sector, then somewhere we are at good at the agriculture, but what about the other things? We don't take pride on that, following that particular like that has been a staple kind of job in our country, but we don't take pride on those things. So how we would be able to represent this our country among other countries in the world, and how can we take forward our profession, which is our ancestral profession, that is agriculture, among other countries in the world? So how we would be able to represent and take pride in it without taking pride in it? How we would be able to represent it and contribute further in our economical growth of our country? And moreover, there is one more thing that we feel ashamed of even speaking in Hindi. So we are not even taking pride of our mother tongue Hindi while speaking in our country, because India has been the second or I think third country who speaks much English as compared to other countries in the world. So we are giving priority to English more than our own language, our own mother tongue Hindi. So how we would be able to represent our country among other countries in the world if we don't take pride in our own mother tongue? And we won't be able to contribute to its further economical growth as well without taking pride in our own language. So that's how I would like to counter. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Uh, Now it's time to counter Nikta's point. So I would like to invite Supriya.
Okay, so as her latest point was this, that we even hesitate to speak in Hindi. So let me just tell you, many India, not only India but all over the country, that has got a common language which is English, which is now acceptable and which is just a language, nothing more than that. Our mother tongue is Hindi only, and it is a common language English, because not everyone is educated in Hindi only. You can see the applications we are using that are already designed in English. It doesn't mean that we are respecting that language. It simply means it is a common way to communicate to any people around the whole world. So it's not like we are hesitating to speak in English. It's just like it is a foundation that other peoples cannot understand Hindi properly. So that is the first thing. And second thing, as I already mentioned, that India depends on agriculture and all those stuffs. So it's I mean, as Karan already stated, that climatic changes and all those stuffs, farmers are committing suicide. So our government has taken some initiatives, like they will give you more money in comparison to the market which gives you money. Now government is providing the money in return of crops, and government is providing those wheat and rices in lower costs to the other people. That has been already taken into consideration in the coronavirus time, as you can see. So these type of things are there already. Then people are already, I mean, developing fast. So that's my pointer to you. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, well counter and complete in a given time. You only take 1 and 29 seconds. So yeah, now it's time for Maheen. Maheen, go ahead.
With new pointer.
Yeah, whatever you have, do you counter, or if you
Okay,
want to
okay.
counter any of the pointers that opponent team
I
gave.
want to give new pointer, and that is about more buildings and roads and everything. India way on the make our India like good in looking good, like our new things. It's making a new roads and new buildings and so many things. So India looking like a developed company. India in a I give example of my city. So government make a new Atal bridge on the riverfront, and it is a very attractive thing, attractive to like a Ahmedabad city is a so developed. It is a one of example, and in recently G20 meeting it also attend here, and this is the biggest clue and example how our country in the way of development. So this is what I want to add.
Yeah, that was great, yeah, mine. So yeah, government take lots of several initiative to make our country as a developed country. Yeah, so now it's time for Captain America team. So yeah, Captain America, go with your counters now.
Okay,
Sorry,
Captain
sorry. Karan,
America.
Karan, 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 Karan.
Okay, so as my opponent Mahin stated that the infrastructure is going good and good. Like we are adapting new technology, like new like infrastructure is becoming good. There are more buildings and more highways and all this stuff. So I just want to state that like there are more highways and all these things, but in only big cities. Like you talk about your city. Your city is in Gujarat, in Ahmedabad. Okay, so it is a big city. But what about the villages? And all these stuffs, because most of the Indian population live in villages, like most of the people, and there is less development in comparison to other big cities. And India will become the developed country only when it is equal in every city and every villages also, when it is equal development. But because of like India is so diverse and so big, and there are many population in India, so because of that I think it is not possible in 10 years to manage all the people and give them equally rights and equally infrastructure that everyone has. So that's my counter for you. And I just want to add one more new pointer, that you all talking about the government that are issuing some new policies and new technologies. But I just want to state that because of like we are democratic country, and everyone has right to do everything. Like we have many levels in a government, like in government office. So there is a big issue which is known as corruption, and because of that there are many funds which are raised by the government, is it just scattered in people who are sitting on those places. And because of that it is a big problem in India. And I think Indian people mind are like this, they are doing these things, they are focusing on themselves, they are not focusing on other people. So that's my counter for you and new pointer for you.
Yeah, well countered, I can say. And you took some points like corruption. Yeah, corruption is the biggest reason why we are not developed yet. So that was very great. So now I would like to invite Nikita. Nikita, you also uh, counter opponent team's points.
So I would like to counter opponent team points by making some new pointers. That is, as my teammate has already elaborated about that, which is overpopulation and corruption. Corruption has been the major factor which cannot contribute to our country's economical growth, and also there is overpopulation also. And there are some other factors, like there is caste system in our country, there is reservation system in our country, and moreover, when we talk about there is communal riots happening in our country, because on one hand we are doing some rallies, processions, and all those things in order to combat these things, in order to go against of these communal riots and all these things. We neglect those things in publicly, but somewhere or the other we are just favoring them by giving importance to these things, by giving them a place to live. Like these things prevail mostly in our country, communal riots. And besides our country is secular country, but still there are some religious fights between people, and they are not yet comfortable. And I would like to say that Moreover, when we come to our speaking our own dialects, like India is a diverse country. It has many cultures, many languages, many regions, and many states. So we are hesitating to speak our own dialect, our regional language also, so that it thus contributes to our India's growth, and then it also contributes to our representing our country internationally. So we are not able to contribute to our country's economy if we are not following our not just the mother tongue, even if we are not following our own dialects, our regional language. So thank you.
Yeah, that was a great counter. Now it's time for Amit. Amit, make your new pointer now.
Can I counter some of the pointers?
Yeah, your team will get one more round to counter. This is your pointer round.
Okay,
You only
yeah,
have
I
to
have
make
the
some
pointer
new
as well.
pointer.
Yeah. So yes, it is somewhere a counter as well, but treat it as a pointer. So as we can see that India is a overpopulated country, and some of the our people are below poverty line. That's good, but over the period of time, we can actually see the development. Like previously, we don't have these smartphones in our hand, and some of people, some most of our people are mostly based on agriculture. But now, as we see the government, or to take government aside, at with the time we can actually see the development all around the world. Previously we had no electricity, now we have electricity. Now everyone in our homes has phone, whether it is villages or towns, everyone has internet connection. And if we talk about government as well, include government, then it is providing us water supply and electricity and other facilities as well. So where it is when we talk about villages, then development are also introduced there as well. So in this sense, we can see we can literally see the development which is there in the villages as well. So this was my thing. And the second pointer is that taking population in hand again, I can say that India is a well developed, well skilled country, and skilled people are required on to build businesses, and businesses are always growing, and businesses are the center point of attracting other countries as well, and their resources as well. Yeah, so these were my 2 pointers.
Yeah, that was great pointers. Now it's time for Supriya. Make your pointer.
Okay, so my new pointer is this, that we have now evolved such a situations that we are already developing ourselves into more technological things. Like we are now switching to like not only depending on particular teachers to study, but we are also switching to contents like YouTube is there, Google is there. Students are just finding new resources to study. So I can say that India is not only developing in fields of jobs and business like agriculture and all. India is also now getting more attracted to educating themselves. Now education has become more and most important factors for parents or students, because education is something which is now given more preference in India as well. Because now students are more they want to grab the contents from anywhere they found. Their motive is just to study. So this is also a great change in the developing phase of our country. So that's my pointer. Thank you.
Thank you. Well said. So now it's time to wrap up this session and call you guys again. I'll call you again.
Uh,
Yeah. So Priya make her pointer in a very less time. So that was appreciable. Now it's time for Mahin. Mahin, make your pointer. Or if you have any counter, so you can also make that.
Yes. First of all, opponents teams say about the village. There are so many village, and there are no such facility. But government most of the village have such a improvement in nowadays in some last years. No, now village is not like a old years. And I want to add a point like a young like a population. Opponent team also say about the population. So population increase, and because of population increase, so lots of young people also there, and young people is the very important to for develop any country. So if there are so young people in our country, so there is no any other thing and any other like a thing to stop our country to develop in the 10 years. So this is what I want to counter and as a new pointer to opponent team.
Yeah, man. Well said. Now this is the fourth round. So the Iron Man team is going to counter opponent team's points. So first of all, I would like to invite the Captain America's Captain Karan. Make your new point.
Okay, so I just want to like it is chance for a pointer, so I just want to give them 2 or 3 pointers. So basically, I will start with environmental degradation. So basically, India, like you all talk about population, all the things, but the main thing that population does is environmental degradation. Like the pollution become more and more because of that population, and the scarcity of resources is the main thing. Like we are consuming more and more resources because of the population. There is scarcity of resources. Because of that, we have to arrange the things from outside the world, like we have to import the things. And because of that, I think it is not possible to India to become a developed country in 10 years because of population, and population is the main reason because of that. Okay, and the second point I want to raise is that like Indian neighbors are not really good. Like we have many discomforts with our neighbors like Pakistan and China. So we are surrounded with the people who are not in favor of our, or we are continuously fighting with them. So I think because of that only, like we are focusing on men, the army and all these stuffs. Because of that, we are not able to expand more and more on those stuffs like technology, and you are talking about technology and all the things. So we are not able to spend more and more that we can because of that thing, because we are advancing technology in that sector. So I think these are the main reasons why India can't become a developed country in 10 years. Yes, I am thinking, like I know that it will become a developed country after, but not in 10 years. It is not possible. So that's my pointer for you.
Yeah. Now, Nikita, go ahead with your new pointer.
Okay, thank you so much, host. So my new pointer is that our country, India, is still a poverty-stricken country. How? Because although there are so many amendments and so many developments made in the rural country and their life regime, but still, when any policy is implemented on a central level, or when any scheme is implemented on a central level, there comes the intervention of middlemen, which don't actually let them utilize the proper resources which has been launched by the central government, and they get deprived of all those benefits of those schemes and policies that have been launched by the central government. And moreover, in our country, elections in an election, our leaders win or politicians win is celebrated as a festival. But where every leader, every politician is very good at insulting each others, but nobody least bother about uh, uh, recommending solutions for a good governance. And in our country, India, there are like marginalized communities who are just considered as vote banks at the time of elections, but they are not taken into consideration after the elections get over. And there are so many other factors also, as my teammate mentioned about environmental degradation, because we have also witnessed so many tragedies in a few years back, in the past few years, like there was Uttarakhand tragedies and so many other tragedies that have striken in our country. So there can be many factors, because industrialization is also taking place in a very rapid rate, because and it can also contribute to global issues like global warming, pollution and greenhouse effects and all those things. So we are somewhere harming the environment and our planet Earth also. So how we can be able to become a developed country in next 10 years? That's how I would like to make pointer. Thank you.
Yeah, great. You also complete within the time. Now it's time to counter. So I would like to invite Amit, counter opponent's point.
Yeah, thank you. So countering on stepwise. So first take the pollution, as the opponent team said about pollution, that pollution the overpopulation. But there are other factors that actually reduce the pollution. If we consider the government involvement in this, the government has also some private as well as public organization which controls these things, and because of their duties, honestly, we are watching it is not growing in in upcoming in recent year there were some cases which also like alarming, but nowadays it is controlled in a way, and because of their honest duty we will be seeing much more growth, much more betterment in this. And talking about tragedies, as opponent team put on the table that in previous years we have seen tragedies good, but the fact is also that how we have tackled those tragedies. India has set an examples for other countries how we have managed all the tragedy, how we have managed to control our resources and distribute to other villages, to the village levels as well. So we are as we are set an example for other countries how to manage your resources in a better and in a positive way. Third thing, if I talk about is corruption, then of course there are corruption, and which country has no corruption? Corruption is everywhere. But if we focus upon positives, like how we fight those corruptions, we have some honest people around countries. Due to which we are living on our houses peacefully. If we talk about soldiers as well, there are countries which are against us. We are surrounded by the countries, but there are countries which are there to help us. Like we have set up our image in a very positive way, and due to that we have more supporters as than the against. Yeah, that was my counter.
Yeah, great counter. So now it's time for Mahin. Make your counter.
So I want to counter that opponent team say about the our neighbor's country not our friend. It's like a enemy for us. So it's why this thing why happened. Focus on this. So because our country day by day get a develop and develop. So these countries like a jealous for us our country, and they become a enemy because the let's take example for China. Why China behaves like this? Because China has a fear. If India get top two, and means China thought I live behind the India. So this thing make China too aggressive, and why? Because of our country in the development way. And the second thing is about the important export means our we need to import the thing because of population. So we only don't import the thing, we also export the thing our Indian population has a skills make a beautiful clothes, this thing. And this thing is very famous in the out of country, so we can export this thing. Our skills export this that, and after that country import this thing. So this I would counter to opponent team.
That was great. Now only Supriya is left. So Supriya, make your strong counter for opponent team.
Okay. So as opponent team has talked about environment degradation and all those stuff. So environment degradation is not only because of we are, I mean, doing destruction, but it is because of many factors are there, because of tectonic plates, because of many factors are there. So first thing is this, and the second thing is this, that there are already some inventions, already some initiatives has been taken by governments, like now where the people the area which is most, I mean, warninged as flooded, so people are just moving ahead from that area. They are just given new places from that place to other place. That is the great initiative by the government. And second thing is this, that as Nikita said, that government is only using people for voting rights. So it's not that the current government is also taking some initiatives for the people who have voted them. Like they have now initiated as cards, the people who are unemployed, they are giving them money per month. That as the, I mean, there are many schemes like that also. And the second thing is this, the agricultural gains government is now buying. I already mentioned that. And one more thing is this, government only takes initiative for the people who have voted for them, and people just take the benefit of that. And being a celebration for any party or anything, it's also a celebration because they have won and they are going to work for the country. That's why they celebrate. It is the main purpose behind that. So that's what I wanted to counter. Thank you.
Yeah, that was great. So you guys are at knockout positions. Both the team are at knockout positions. Uh, so it's time for your final conclusion round. So make yourself push to won the match. So in the conclusion round, first of all, I would like to thank you guys that you are not exceeded your time limits. You are not goes above the 2 minute time. Sometimes Nikta exceeded 20 seconds, but it can be neglected because Amit is also exceeded 15 seconds. So this is final and conclusion round. And now I want you guys to make conclude all your points. Or this time I will not consider the time limits, but try to complete your all the concluded points within the less time. Don't make it too long, but I will not consider time limit. So you don't have any time limit. Make conclude all your points. Okay. So if you want any time to think on it, so you can take also.
Add on to
Because
conclusion into it as well.
Yeah, you guys can discuss with your teammates also. Who left? Yeah, Karan. Here is Karan.
Pause the recording for a moment.
Number.
Hello. Yeah, so I hope you guys are ready with your final round. So yeah, go ahead with final civil war. So so I would like to invite both the team captains. First of all, I would like to invite Amit. Conclude your all the points.
Yeah, thank you, Vishal. Hope I'm audible.
Yeah, you
Good,
are audible.
nice. So first of all, taking the first pointer as India is the largest populated country, and I believe that that is our strength. If we talk about population, then the most of the populated factor, I mean, aspect is young. We have young people, young and passionate people who are ready to take their initiative to make their country growing country. And by their energy and enthusiasm, we can see the effects as well. We have lots of startups which are going there, which are handled by passionate and young people, and which are there who can do everything to grow their country as well as company. If they grow their company, country is always going to get the growth. And so this is our positive side, I guess. Populated country has more young people. And second thing I would talk about the government. So take it any government. Government is taking really good initiative to make their country proud, and we have seen this in other aspects as well. Although we have some bad relations with some of the countries we have around our country, but there are some good countries, or we can say there are some countries who are also in favor of our development. We have seen this in our G20 summit. We have investors which are coming into our country to invest on our startups, invest on our companies. And with this, we can say that we have a bigger market. We have become and becoming a bigger market for other countries. And once they are in, we are good to go, and we will big a big market. Third thing I would talk about the agriculture field. There are other fields as well, but mostly agriculture field, because we mostly came from agriculture field, and this is not our drawback. It is basically our strength, because we are exporting many things which are not offered by any other country. This making us uh, the market, and we are exporting raw materials and some other assets which are very specific to India. And we can say that India is becoming a very favorite country, very favorite country for other countries. So this was the third point. Fourth, I would talk about that since we have seen a lot of bad years in previous years, which was a bad example. And in that period as well, India has become a very good example for other countries. Take it virus, we have stood for other countries as well as for our country. So we have better image for other countries. And the other tragedies, we have saved a lot of people from our initiatives. Like we took initiatives, that's why a lot of people are alive right now. So we are very thankful for the government as well as for our people. And if I talk about the an average person's ability, then we can say that our people are all across the globe. Like if you talk about any random person in this world, have you heard of Indians, how are they, then they would surely list some positive things, like they are hardworking, they have cheap man roles, like they can go on, and they can list up very positive things. And we have built those things due to our positive things. So these were some closing points from my side.
Yeah, that was great. Excellent. Yeah, it's time for Captain America's team leader. So who's going to take initiative? Nikta and Karan. Karan? Okay. So Karan, yeah, go with your best so that you can won the match.
Okay, so as my opponent team highlights that their main pointer is population. Okay, but our main pointer is also population. They are only considering one side of population, that we are becoming strong and strong, but they are not considering the bad effects of the population, which is like I tell you people, like I tell in my speech, like in my debate points, like the pollution which is increasing, the unemployment rate which is increasing because of that, and all these stuffs. They are not considering them. They are only considering the positive side, but there are many sides which is they are neglecting. And because of that only, I think population is the main reason, because of that, because of which India can't become a developed country in 10 years. Like it will take more than 10 years to become a developed country to India. And there are my many points which are not properly countered by the opponent team, like corruption. Like Abis said for corruption, like, you are not seeing the positive side, but there is no positive side of corruption, I think. Corruption is only have negative sides. Okay, so I don't think they properly countered that point. And then I also raised the point about neighbors, so they took my point in another way. I was talking because of those neighbors, we are investing in army and forces more and more, because and not expanded more in technology factor, or more in growing India. Okay, we are only expanding on those areas more and more. So it's my pointer. They don't consider it. They just turn around it and talk about we have many favor countries also. But my main pointer is that we are expanding in that area, not in this area which we needed, and because of which India is going to become a developed country. And about agriculture, so they are talking about that India is agricultural country, so we have more resources and all the things. So first of all, if you take any developed country like China, and like for example, China become developed country before us, but it got free from English people after us. If you know the history, they got free after us, but they become developed before us, because they don't focus on primary sector, they focus on secondary sector, because they know that secondary sector gonna develop soon and soon. Okay, like you can take any country, you are denying, but you can take any country. US is a developed country, it is based on secondary sector. Japan is a developed country, it is based on secondary sector. China is a developed country, it is based on secondary sector. So that's my point. Secondary sector is main for developed countries, so that a country can become developed. So that's all my pointer and all my conclusion of the things. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, well said. Well said. No doubt. You just took half time as comparison to opponent team's conclusion time. They just they took 4.5 minutes to conclude, and you just took 2 minutes and 10 seconds to conclude all your points. So guys, this is the time for announce the results. Supriya, you want to say something?
As you said, that time will be not taken into the consideration, so that's why my leader said
No, no,
more
no,
than
no.
that.
No, it will not affect your result. I already said. So time is not considered. So give me only 30 seconds. And then I'll declare the results. Okay.
Stop.
Yeah, guys. So we are at the result time. So this is a time of declaring result. I have your results, but today, honestly speaking, I was too much confused. Sometimes I was thinking like today's match is going to be tie, but obviously the match is not tie. Uh, Someone won and someone lost the game. So yeah, honestly speaking, today's you played well. You have the best pointers, you have the best counters, and also you no one exceed their time limit. That was also very good thing. So I am very much confused, but somehow uh, the Iron Man team have won the game because of I'll tell you because of Maheen make some good pointers. Maybe this is the margin because of the Iron Man team won the game. But today, really honestly, I'm too much confused because you both the team made their good pointers. I can make it tie, but I don't want to make it tie. So that's why the Man team won the game. So yeah. So I'm ending the session. We will guys meet again tomorrow. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you want to connect with us, so do connect with us through LinkedIn. You can easily connect with us. Yeah. Or if you want to join us, so you can also message any of the member of the group directly through LinkedIn. Till then, yeah, guys. Till then,
Bye
keep
bye. Bye bye.
practicing, keep learning, keep growing. Bye. We will meet again.